Good afternoon, Mike White, Multimedia Solutions, with another short video that I believe will serve benefit a new technology that I had the opportunity to run across at a recent trade show. To my left, your right, Chris Boyd of Circle Technologies, and I was walking a trade show, and you know, I see a lot of technology all the time, but this particular booth, this particular discussion brought a new technology, something that I hadn't seen before, and I thought it was of such benefit that I would bring you a brief discussion of how it works. But Chris, if you could just give us a general overview of like Circle Technology, its origin, Steve's role in the thing, and then we'll just talk some real life applications of this particular technology.
Okay. So Circle Technology was founded on the concept of mobile presentations, and since then it's blossomed to a wireless presentation solution. And so the idea of walking into any environment, turning on your laptop and sharing your presentation to anyone in the room. That's where it all came from. We were Steve Hicks is the founder of the company. Steve is also the founder of InFocus Systems. So we were very familiar with the presentation market. We know it very well. And now we're introducing a product like this, which is a mobile sharing device. What we did is we decided to take what everyone has and have a wireless presentation from it. And what everybody has today is a computer, and the idea of sharing your content is more and more of the norm, and mobile devices have become more and more the norm, whether it's in education, business, or training. And so what we've done is basically allow you to share your screen from your laptop computer to these mobile devices, simple wirelessly, and by creating an instant hotspot in the room.
Well, do I have to hook up to the local network, or is this a cloud-based environment? How does it work?
So it actually operates internally through the wireless network in the laptop itself. So we've created custom.
So I'm not touching the resources locally.
Right. So we've created proprietary software that allows you to create an instant access point from your PC. So no networks, no internet, no cloud services. All you need is your laptop and mobile devices to view the presentation.
So how does this differ from appliances that I saw at Infocom and other places that allow multiple people in the room to be able to take control of a projector or a flat panel and show their content to the people on the screen? How does it differ from that, and what's the philosophy difference? Why would this even be different?
So the idea of putting something on the board has been around since the late 80s. Or even before then with overhead projectors, So think of taking the projector and putting it in front of the person now. So moving the presentation from on the wall to in front of somebody. So in a thought process of taking the presentation and now moving it down to a conversation, looking eye to eye with people, interacting, using a presentation in front of them or a visual tool to interact, but yet still make a conversation or a relationship during that presentation. Whether it's a sales call, whether you're walking into a boardroom and you don't know what projector you have, you don't know if you have a internet connection, you don't know what you're walking into. But more importantly, think of the concept of not many devices viewing one local area, but think of one device spreading that out to many devices.
So the idea that is the presenter is in control of what information is being shared and at the pace, even to the point of recognizing if somebody's not paying attention.
Yes. So everybody that views the presentation actually has no control of going forward or backwards. They only can see, and you dictate what they see.
Unless you give them control. And
yes.
You can give them control.
Yes.
But the default presentation, the power tool here is that you have control. I'll use an example. This morning, I had the privilege of actually using this tool, and for those of you in sales or those of you in presentations, you'll really appreciate this. I was presenting a sales proposal, and the normal presentation is that I spend several hours printing up the written scope of work, identifying all of the design parameters, including diagrams and everything else, and I print all of this up, and I have a 15, 20-page presentation, which I carry into the room. The normal would be that I would hand this out to them. And what do I do? What do they do in a normal environment before you even get through the first page of information? They've already flipped through and they've got to the last page. But this morning, using this technology, we distributed some Android pads, some iPads, CIO, CFO, and the owner of the company sitting around the room, and each of them, I was able to follow through a discussion of each room in this particular presentation that was designed specifically for an application, and they listened to the value proposition, and when I wanted to get to the numbers, I presented the numbers. So this tool is very different than this is a tool that is a one to many type of environment with total control, if I'm capturing it correctly.
It is correct, and the idea of controlling the presentation but handing that presentation to an individual, it gives them power. It makes them feel special. It makes them kind of own that presentation, yet you still control the power. And that's the biggest thing with our product, is that I dictate what you see, I walk you through the presentation, I can build the value of the presentation before you see the back page of the price. So instead of going, I can go through the meat of the presentation before you lose track of what it does.
Yeah. We followed that presentation with a discussion with a local chamber, and the chamber, my thoughts were there. Well, they could use this in presenting this particular value proposition that this local area has. The earliest presentation we made this morning was to a courtroom. Why don't you just briefly reflect on the way that courtrooms are using this technology?
So we've created a product that allows you to share your screen to a multiple amount of people, and whether that be 1 to 8, 1 to 15, or 1 to 40 people, those are the products we offer. And so in the courtrooms, there's either jurors, or there's legal individuals there, or there's the judge that wants to see the presentation. A lot of people have to turn their head sideways, will have to look away. What our product does is it allows you to put the presentation in front of each juror, so when they're reviewing the information, everyone can see it right in front of them. There's no issues of visibility, there's no resolution issues, there's no, I can't see the screen that far away.
What about security? If I'm in a courtroom next to him, can I see what's going on?
So we've built it to the industry standard. There's a security mechanism in place, WPA2 encryption with a password protection. So it's a secure presentation. It also only lasts within that room. So it's only roughly about 75 feet. So outside that room, no one can actually see what you're doing. So
it's a way that the prosecutor or defendant or anybody presenting the facts can be used in that courtroom, and everybody is empowered to see the information. They can use the power of the iPad or the Android pad to pinch and enlarge the screen, so that if they have a visual need to see it in a more present, or if, for instance, in a financial meeting where there's a spreadsheet being presented, it's really great to show a spreadsheet on a large panel. But in all candor, when the point size is 3 points, 4 points, nobody in the room except for the people sitting up front can see it. But with your technology, you showing the PowerPoint, I can still go to the screen, but they can use the tablet or their iPhone or their Android phone, and they can pinch and go to a cell or go to an area and actually see it, and everybody can do that independent to their own needs in the room.
Yes. So whether you have a 5-inch Android tablet, or whether you have a 9-inch Android or iPad, or even your own PC, the idea of sharing the content, anybody can use their own device, can zoom in, zoom out, can make it fit to what they want to see. Again, with the host or me controlling that presentation. So I can dictate what they see, I can annotate in real time. And when it comes to financial side, insurance side, banking side, mobile sales teams, you can walk in, you can dictate that presentation of what they see in front of them, you can correct it in real time, you can annotate, you can save it, you can email the file to them if need be. You're not printing multiple amounts of product, you're not leaving things behind that are throwing away anyways. So it's a cost saver in that manner as well. So not only are you saving money by not printing products, but you're also bringing that wow factor to a typically boring financial meeting.
Yeah, and it's especially it's especially well tuned for the Gen X and the younger generation, because they're used to the technology being their most powerful way of inviting information into their own brain, is to embrace their phone or to embrace their tablet to quickly get that information. And this is just a powerful tool that enables that. Chris, why don't you, if you could, as we close out this information video, if you could just kind of take us through some of the configurations, because I know that that you all provide 3 different platforms that are really based on application and based on size of room. So if you could just kind of discuss that, and maybe just as you're finishing that, show how that the iPad and the Android pad that are sitting in the view of this video, that how that information is changing. Let's start off with, how is it configured? What are the versions that it comes in?
So we have 3 versions we currently offer. We have a Circle Mobile version, which is strictly software for your PC. So any Windows 7 or Windows 8 platform can operate Circle Mobile, and that allows up to 8 connections. So from 1 to 8 connections in the room, you and I can sit in here, you can bring your own device. We even offer our own Android devices if need be, at a lower cost than going out and buying 8 iPads. And so you can walk into the room, hand out devices, or have them bring their own devices and go. That's Circle Mobile. That's the first product. The second product is Circle Hub. And Circle Hub is just a simple little hub that sits on the outside next to your PC that creates a access point. Some PCs are different, so what we've done is we allow you to connect up to 15 devices from this guy. So 8 devices for Circle Mobile, 15 devices for Circle Hub. And Circle Hub is very good for the mobile or the boardroom concept, or even education. Lastly is our Circle Box product. And Circle Box is the larger scale presentations. So think of education, think of classrooms, think of boardrooms, think of training environments, large legal venues as well, of 40 people in a room all being able to see the presentation. So from a small, mobile aspect to a full-on large-scale presentation aspect, that's what we offer in 3 different products.
Cool. So if you could, just in brief, let's just show our viewing audience can actually see the iPad and the Android pad in front of us, and he's just got a notebook here that he's got the software running on. But just as an idea of showing how that, and by the way, I mean, I think one of the strong points here, if you're going into a meeting, you could call ahead and tell the people to download the app for either the Apple or the iOS environment or the Android environment. They're free, and so they can go ahead and prepare to use their own device if they want, or you can go ahead and control the environment by bringing some Android or iPads to hand out and distribute. But if you would just kind of show them through, just a short, I've been going through this PowerPoint here.
So the PowerPoint that's visible to the viewer there is as well as this on my screen today. So I can simply go through a PowerPoint like everyone else does, filter through it, and keep in mind this again is off the network. It's strictly driven from this PC to these devices. So I'm not actually using any other device in the room or any kind of access points or cloud services. And Circle can walk you through each step, each time. There's very, very limited lag time, very limited issues with what you want to use. But the thing we kind of focus on with Circle technology is it's the presentation. You're limited to your imagination, and everything that's on your PC that you use on a daily basis is available to you. There's no formatting issues. There's no connection issues.
So can I mean, real key point here. Can I, if I've got my own external connectivity to the internet, or if I've using some device that gives me, like I'm tethered to a phone that gives me some internet connectivity, some way that I've got internet connectivity to this, can I be jointly presenting and still have access to the internet?
Yeah, so we basically split your Wi-Fi chip in half, and what we do is we allow you to have internet access and do what you normally do on the internet while simultaneously running Circle. So we can allow you to go out to the web, take you to my website, sign you up as a customer, do what I need to do, but at the same time share that with you. Whether I'm inputting information, whatever I'm doing, updating stuff in real time, or maybe I'm using GoToMeetings and doing a file share with you. Whatever it may be, I can do it right here and right now. And the connection capability is very, very easy. You simply pull out your phone and you go to our app. And our app is just simply an app on the App Store, like we mentioned. And you literally just find the network that I create, because I instantly create this network. And so this network happens to be multimedia. And so I create the network, I type in my name and hit view presentation. And instantly my device connects and sees the presentation. So it's very simple, very user-friendly, and that's the key, I think.
And very cost-effective. I'd like to go ahead and take the mystery out of the possible thoughts of whether this technology is even within the realm of affordability. And you all sell kits that include the 4-pack and others that are out there, and they're very aggressively priced. But just for sake of discussion and helping our viewing audience to capture, that platform of just the software downloaded to your PC, and by the way, it does. Is the way I understand it, it does require either a Windows 7 or a Windows 8 platform, or a Mac that can run Windows 7 or Windows 8, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so with that in mind, when we start out with the level of that 1 to 8, the rough budgetary number for that software?
So $800 retail.
$800
is the rough number. It's actually $799, but we'll say $800.
Okay, so to go to that next level, which uses this independent device here, but to go to that next level, which I think you said is 15.
Right.
Where are we? How gigantic of jump do we make to support up to 15?
So we jumped to $950.
So $150 is the jump between the 8 and the 15. And if we needed to go 40 to 50 in that larger configuration, where is the rough budgetary consideration?
So under $2,000.
Under $2,000.
And the reason behind that is because we provide an entire system, a box, a circle box, we call it, that goes with that package.
So how much is the recurring charge that I get every year?
There's no recurring charge. It's actually updates and are all included. We send those out on a monthly or tri-monthly basis, and then we also include everything as a product. So it's a one-time purchase.
One-time purchase, and it's licensed for the master unit.
Yes. Yes.
And there's no restriction on what devices you bring into the room, even other PCs or other Macs.
Yes.
You can get the free application so that they can run off of this as well. So it's literally, in the truest sense, a BYOD environment. Anything that is in modern technology that can be brought into the room can be embraced by the Circle technology.
Yes. There's no limitation to the viewer. The Mac version and the Windows version are on our website, and the Android and the iOS version are on the app stores.
Okay. In closing, is there any other information that we have kind of that would be really useful for them to capture? I can't think of anything.
Yeah, no, just everybody that gives a presentation could possibly use this product. The idea of saving paper, the idea of walking in with a wow factor and controlling the presentation, but also making it a conversation. That's the key factor with Circle Technologies. It makes it very easy to use from both sides. You're limited to what you already use in your PC, and it's a new idea of sitting around the table and having a conversation.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you, Chris, for your investment of time today in this video and coming here today. And I appreciate you taking the time to view this video. The idea that Multimedia Solutions has on all of the videos that we make and send out is that there is a value proposition, and it's not just the idea of talking about the product. The value proposition here is that we are all in some type of communications business in which we need to effectively communicate, and this is a power tool to help. It is certainly this morning already proved to make a difference in the way that I communicate by controlling the environment, and I hope that this has been of use to you there. And if you've got any questions, our contact information is presented in the email that that this video was sent to you in, and I really appreciate your time today. Thank you, Chris, for your time.
Thank you, everyone.